to AMS Nightly News. During the American Revolution on December 19, 1777, General George Washington led his troops to Valley Forge after his defeat at Brandywine, which left Philadelphia under British control. Valley Forge was located in Pennsylvania near the Schuylkill River, which was only about 25 miles northwest of Philadelphia. The settlement of Valley Forge was because it wasn't too far from Philadelphia, which meant Washington and his troops could overlook the British and keep eye on what they were doing. This was also because Valley Forge was fortified and on a high hill. Now we'll bring it over to Mia Donlin, who's currently in Philadelphia with our special guest.
How are things going?
Hello, Mia. Things are going great. Thank you for asking.
Wonderful to hear. I'm here because I was told you would have some spare time tonight, and I would like to ask you some questions about your stay at Valley Forge.
Of course. Ask away.
First, what made you decide to take your troops to Valley Forge out of all the areas you could have took them to?
I decided to take my troops to Valley Forge because after the loss at Brandywine, I needed to go somewhere where my troops were well protected. We set up camp there so we were able to overlook the British Redcoats, who were only 25 miles northwest in Philadelphia. We also had the advantage of it being on a hill.
Very interesting. Now, even though this was an overall amazing place to set up base, were there any diseases you had to deal with to stay here?
Yes, actually, there were quite a few. Diseases at Valley Forge were very widespread and spread very quickly because of the unsanitary conditions. We also encountered smallpox, which in some cases were deadly. We also had to deal with dysentery, typhoid, and pneumonia. On top of that, starvation was also a big issue.
General, that's insane. Props to you for going through all of that, something you set your mind to. What kind of housing were your troops sheltered in at Valley Forge?
My soldiers were housed in many small tents, which were very portable and strong. They were able to withstand harsh weather conditions, as well as they came in many different shapes and sizes. They were also made out of canvas. All the soldiers remained there until their huts were constructed.
That's amazing, General. You come off as an amazing leader. I have to ask, was there anybody helped you to train your soldiers? I've heard some things about a Prussian military officer, but I have no details or proof.
The Prussian military officer that you were talking about, his name is Frederick von Steuben. When he arrived at campsite, he helped train and discipline our men. Aside from this, he also helped reorganize our army and whip them into better shape. I didn't think I could have done it without him or the help of Louis Lebeque Deportel. He lacked the language he spoke, although he didn't have an effect on how he trained the men.
When did you arrive at your campsite?
He arrived on February 23rd, 1778.
Better late than ever. Who is Louis Lebeque Deportel?
Louis was a French foreigner whose role was the chief of the Continental Army. He was also the field engineer that did a lot for me, and I wouldn't be able to do it without him.
That's incredible. I'm glad these people had a big effect on the way your men were trained, as well as the things you were able to do as a whole. One last thing, just out of curiosity, did your wife help you out during the winter at Valley Forge?
She was a major part of how I stay positive. She knew all the right things to say and to comfort me. She also entertained the other wives and officers that were there to stay with us.
Thank you for your time, General George Washington. Now, back to Alyssa in the studio.
Thank you, Mia. Do you think this could create an outbreak for war or a new beginning for the colonists? Stay tuned for more information on Valley Forge here at AMS Nightly News. During the American Revolution on December... If I'm having this much trouble, we're gonna have to do it with Mia for like an hour and a half. Valley Forge was located in Pennsylvania. Stop! Okay. Valley Forge was located in Pennsylvania near the Schuylkill River, which was only about 25... Which was located in Pennsylvania... I can't do this. We have to go back to class.
I decided to take my troops to Valley Forge after the loss of Brandywine because I needed a place where my troops can be well. And to be able to overlook the British Redcoats as well.
What? It's been recording for like 3
things about a Prussian military officer, but have no ideas.
Ideas.
I'm gonna go.
You only know when you're gonna go.
Come on.
Alright. Better late than never.
Okay, come on.